Guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Caitlin. I'm an American who fell in love with an Australian right before the pandemic started. So today I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm doing my very first reaction video. This is reacting to Dating Beyond Borders. You know you're dating an Australian man when. So just as a little disclaimer, all of this is meant in fun. It's not meant to be taken seriously or meant to insult anyone in any way. This is just to have a little bit of fun. Let's see what this video says. It even starts off saying this is a generalization. Again, this is all just meant for a bit of fun. I can say that my Aussie Mark doesn't wear thongs, but he is definitely exception to the rule. When I was in Australia before, it was December into January, it was right in summer, and everybody was wearing thongs everywhere. I mean, when you're walking down the street, when you're going into the shops, thongs aren't just meant for the beach. And for Americans who are hearing this and have no idea what I'm saying, thongs are flip-flops.
Hi there, how you doing? I was just over there watching a game with my mates and wanted to see if I could buy you a drink if you'd like.
Oh, come on, Brad!
If I could, maybe take you out sometime and, you know what, just hold on a sec, alright? I'm gonna be right back. Just hold on one.
That last part is definitely true. I mean, this kind of goes for Australians all across the board. It's known that their culture is very laid back, very chill. They don't take themselves too seriously. And I think that kind of comes across in dating too. I know that for the most part, Australians, they're still gentlemen, but they are very laid back. They're not as uptight as American men and men from other cultures, from what I've seen, and cultures that I've personally dated too.
Snake! Oh, it's a little one. Come on, just touch it. Come on. It's all right. It's all right. Come on.
La, 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 la. Put in there. I could totally see Mark doing something like this. So a lot of Aussies have this I can handle it attitude. A lot of Australian men are like that. This whole like take it like a man attitude, I think that does come across in a lot of Australian culture. For the most part, this is pretty true of most Australian men that I've met and the few that I've dated. Like, they do kind of have this I can handle it, I've got this attitude, but again, they will take the piss out of you from time to time. And like, Australians aren't afraid of taking a joke and sometimes doing it even at your own expense. So you really have to have like a good sense of humor. Like, you can't be too uptight and too serious if you're dating an Australian. You're going to have to learn how to take a joke if you're going to date an Australian.
Hey babe,
Hey.
you watching AFL again?
No, cricket this time.
Are you almost done?
Well, there's another 2 hours for today, and then it's on for another 2 days.
So this is something I think that a lot of American and Australian cultures have in common, is the love of sports. Even though the sports are different, the love of sports is still very similar. This is something that's going to be different between each person. I mean, some people are sports people and some people are not. But it is a very common, I guess, stereotype that Australians are really into sports. Like, they are diehard sports fans, will live and die by their team, absolutely loyal when it comes to sports. So, I mean, they didn't really get this one wrong. I can't imagine 2 days for a cricket match, though.
Hey boys, how you doing,
right, mate?
Gazza?
How's it going?
Good to see you, mate, Smithy. What's up? Boys, this is my missus.
Oh,
It's
g'day, missus.
Gazza
How's
and
it going?
Smithy.
It's something that took a little adjusting to, because in America we're very into labels. A lot of us, I'd say the majority, again, there's always exceptions to the rule, but the majority of people like having labels. So you're either someone's girlfriend, you're their fiance, you're their friend, you're their wife. In Australia, it's very general. When you're talking about your female partner, they're your missus. So Mark's been saying that about me. I've heard him and his friends say that about their friends' wives and girlfriends and fiancés. And so I think that's something that's a cultural thing. You're going to hear them say missus, and you might not know whether it's somebody's wife or somebody's girlfriend. You might not totally know what's going on there, but that's something that you kind of have to adjust to a little bit and get used to with Australian culture.
Well, Smithy is Smith, and Gaz is
You don't know his real name?
no. Oi, Gazza!
Yeah, mate.
What's your real name?
Gaz?
Yeah.
Gaz. Correct me if I'm wrong, any Australians watching this, but isn't Gaza short for Gary? Like, just comment below if that's right or not. Aussies love shortening every word. This is so true. I mean, you'll see so many slang videos on the internet, and it's basically them shortening everything they can. Like servo for a service station and bottle-o for a bottle shop. So for them to shorten each other's names is really common. I know a lot of people call Mark Nando for his last name, which is Fernando. This is something that is just really common, and honestly, if you get a nickname from an Australian, consider it a little bit of a badge of honor, because maybe they see you as one of them.
Not having a big night, alright?
Come on, Jono, don't be a glar. Couple more chinnies won't hurt, will they? Right, Smitty? Yes. Jono, you're on board?
Yeah, right.
Oh, this is not going to end good. And I think this is really important and really something that's good in any relationship, is to give your partner space to be with their friends. So it says his mates are super important to him, and you're going to have to share them. I think that's kind of necessary to have a healthy relationship with somebody. I think if you're spending all of your time with each other, you're not giving yourselves chances to grow. You're going to cause other relationships in your life to suffer. It's important to know, if you're dating somebody in Australia, that friendships there are considered very important.
I got you this photo frame with a happy couple because we're really happy and they're really happy. So that's something I thought of. And, of course, I got you a card. Sending you lots of hugs, sending you kisses too, for no one let's talk about what picture we're going to put in this photo frame, Happy anniversary.
How to feel about this one, because this has so not been my experience. I've gone out with 4 Australians, and Mark's the only person I've been in an actual relationship with, and that's hasn't been my experience at all. Australians can definitely be romantic when they want to. Mark might be a little bit of the exception because he is so sweet and so sentimental, and that hasn't been my experience with not just other Australians but other guys in general. But I don't know how true this is. I think this is kind of where, like, they're pulling your leg a little bit. I think this kind of translates not just with Australians but all people in general. People show their love and affection in different ways. For some people it is through gift giving, through others it's compliments, through others it's acts of service, and then there's physical touch, and I think quality time is the other, like, love language it's called. So just because somebody doesn't go out of their way to give you extravagant gifts doesn't mean that they don't care. I think that this little skit here doesn't necessarily translate well, because this is going to be different between all different types of people, whether they're Australian, American, or any other culture.
Truth, Jono. For a banana bender, you look bloody bonza.
Nice.
How is this a... what? Those aren't words. A banana bender? Again, with Australians and slang, because that's a whole new level of slang that I do not understand. That was cute, I will say that. It's very silly. You can tell the whole thing's a parody. It's not meant to be taken seriously. And I think videos like this are kind of a good way to sort of expand what other people see as Australian culture. I know For most of us, it's all about Crocodile Dundee and Steve Irwin and kangaroos and koalas, and everything over there is trying to kill you. So I think some of that is absolutely true when you're dating an Australian man, but I think some of it kind of translates to men and honestly just people in general. A lot of the stuff that was mentioned in this video really comes down to being in a healthy relationship, knowing what your boundaries are, knowing what your partner's needs are. I think that's something that is kind of necessary for any healthy relationship, regardless of what culture you two come from. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you liked it and found it enjoyable. When I saw it on YouTube, I knew I had to react to it. Some of it absolutely struck a chord with me, and if you've dated an Australian man or woman and some of this resonated with you, like and leave a comment below. Please like and subscribe to this channel. It really helps out with the algorithm, and I post weekly videos about Australia, Australian culture, moving to Australia, and overall the process of moving abroad. My name is Caitlin, and I will be in touch next week. Bye, guys.